Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Asha. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to talk to you about mindset. This is something that is one of the crucial foundations to making changes in our life. And I want to ask you a question. What if mindset, the mindset advice worked on its own? Then obviously, anxiety, stress would not be so common. Fears would not be so common if mindset advice worked on its own. You are not stuck in your head. You're stuck in your nervous system. Your nervous system is stuck. This is something that I talk to people about all the time. And a lot of people think that they're failing at working on their mindset because things don't change. And the reason positive thinking is it feels hard or difficult, it's not a weakness mentally. It's not a mental weakness. It's a matter of learning to see where your nervous system, how your nervous system is operating. Okay. So let's break this down. Mindset doesn't fail because you're undisciplined. Sure. Does it take some consistency, some, repetition? Absolutely. It definitely does. But it fails really, or it doesn't stick because the body feels unsafe. When the body feels unsafe, the brain searches for problems. It is wired to do that. When it feels calm and safe and in alignment, it searches for solutions. It's as simple as that, actually. And I know I say it's as simple as that. I know that working on mindset, this is something that has become my life's work of working with people on their mindset in relationship to their health and wellness and how that makes a difference. What does that change? Not only for their own physical, but mental, emotional, and spiritual health. It all works together. We are taught that mindset is something that we have to continuously work on. And yes, that is so. It is just like taking care of yourself, eating healthy every day, taking the right vitamins, drinking enough water. Our mind also needs to be fed properly as well, because it does help our nervous system when we are feeling stuck in our minds. Whenever we're stuck in our mindset, it is a matter of our nervous system feeling stressed out. It doesn't feel safe. We get into what we call fight or flight mode. Fight or flight mode is when the sympathetic nervous system is overstimulated. This is part of the autonomic nervous system. We don't have to get into the details, the technical details here, but it's part of the autonomic nervous system. When the sympathetic nervous system is overstimulated, it puts the body like it's under attack, that it's under danger, that it needs to survive. We go back to the caveman times when we were trying to fight for our life, literally, against tigers and lions and whatever other threats that they were as predators to us. It takes us back to the foundational fight or flight mode. Now, whenever you stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, and there are simple ways that we can do that, but again, simple ways that we need to consistently do. When we do that on a regular basis, our body feels calm. Our heart rate goes down. We feel at ease. We feel safe. So then our brain starts to think about solutions. It starts to think about, okay, what is possible? And that's how we start to cultivate a positive mindset. Positive mindset is not about optimism. It's about having a foundational kind of perspective, a lens that you look through. You look at everything in your life through this lens. It is the way that you are wired inside your nervous system to be able to see things. If you see the glass as half empty, it's going to be half empty. And the brain is going to search for more problems, for more lacking. If we see the glass as half full or completely full, that's a change in perspective right there. And these are the things that we can work on. Try slowing your breath down. Couple of times a day, I want you to take some time to slow your breath down, slow your breathing patterns. Notice when you're starting to get into this fight or flight, because that means that you're sending signals to your brain, to the nervous system that says, I'm not safe. So then what we're going to do is we're going to generate more problems. Try working on your posture. Sit up straight, stand up from your desk multiple times throughout the day. I hope that you're able to do that, but definitely change your posture, go for a walk, whatever it may be. try to start to incorporate doing these things. There are a couple of things that I love to do on a regular basis. First of all, is about every hour, definitely every hour, if not every 30 minutes, taking a few deep breaths, some concentrated, just consciously thinking about taking a few deep breaths deep in the belly, in and out through the nose to slow me down. It also brings you more present into the now. Okay. The other thing I like to do is to stand up, walk around, maybe do some stretches. This helps keep the body repeatedly realizing that it's not in danger and keeping you calm. You're going to start to see that your mindset will start to shift in a positive way and help you feel more calm and feel more empowered in your life in all the decisions that you're making and bring more clarity. So if I really would recommend that you share this video with anybody that has been thinking that their mindset is because they're not disciplined, their mindset's not changing because they're not disciplined, that they are making it a little bit more complicated than it needs to be. I want you to just think about the basic things that we talked about today in this video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to connecting with you next time.